Baltimore Life has used Creatio to achieve unprecedented success. More than 90% user adoption and an extremely successful rate when it comes to growth. I know throughout your journey, you had looked at multiple other technologies. What really stood out about Creatio?
The low code, no code spoke to us because the ability for us to make changes within the business unit or within our own IT department, should we need them, and not go to an external vendor. One of our issues with our prior CRM was that we had to go to an external vendor to that particular CRM to have changes made. And sometimes it would be 6 months before that change could be made. With Creatio, we were able to see from the very beginning that we'd be able to make that change ourselves and not have to wait. We also liked the interface. The user interface is really simple and easy to learn, easy to find your way around. And we were able to get some folks involved who didn't use the old system, who were our super users and our non-users, and they also agreed it was a very user-friendly package.
Working in the financial service and insurance sector, there's usually a lot of regulatory compliances that go with that. What were some of the things that you had to consider from that aspect that really helped you choose Creatio?
A couple of big things. One is the auditing. So we are in 49 states and the District of Columbia, and the states can come in at any point and they can audit us. So we need to be able to show what our agents are doing with our clients, and this system allows us to do that. There's also our do not call. Nationally, we have a do not call, and each state has a do not call requirement. With Creatio, we're able to integrate with a great vendor who then allows us to make sure that any of our leads that are being called first pass through that do not call filter, and we are within the regulation for the do not call. There's also just the basic reporting that we need to do that is available for our compliance and legal folks that they need to be able to check back on folks to make sure we're doing what we should be doing with our policyholders.
You've supercharged user adoption. How is it that you've been able to achieve such great success?
It's been really exciting to see our users gravitate to the system. They have been really excited from the onset where we brought them in the very beginning as we started choosing the system, but also in the implementation phase. And then as we move forward, we have the super users that start really being active on the system, and we take those agents and have them train other agents. And I think because it is so user-friendly and so easy to use, because they're easy to get to the dashboards, it's easy to make your own dashboard, it's easy to filter, and once they're trained on that, they can show other people how to do it. And I think all of that ease of use compared to what their old system was, which was very difficult to use and very complex, it makes it, it just brings that activity level up higher and higher. So we've gotten, for the first 6 months, I think we were at like 83%, never below 83%. The second 6 months was never below 89%. And now we're up to 91, 92% consistently. And that's really just logging in and using the system. As far as activity goes, that's where the numbers really explode. If you're looking at 24 versus 25, we were at like, I don't know, 100 and some percent, maybe 85% over year until February. In February, we knocked it out of the park. The agents knocked it out of the park, I should say. And activity was up to 316, maybe 316, if I remember the number correctly, over February of 24, and then 282% for April. So our activity is just increasing and increasing, and we're excited to see that folks are starting to really use it as their everyday tool as they're going out to visit or making calls to their appointments.
You've adapted Creatio marketing to do a lot more than just outbound. You're using it as part of your sales process.
So we took only one piece of the Creatio pie. We took the marketing module and made it our sales process. So if you follow that lead funnel, for example, we've made that into our sales process. So we go from the qualification, same as a regular lead, all the way through to a win or loss. And then finally with nurturing, we've changed the end of that to nurturing so the circle comes full for our policyholders and our leads. So all the language is sort of changed a little bit so that it works with our sales versus our only our leads. And then we also did things like we integrated into that nurturing piece our correspondence that goes out to those policyholders. They're integrated in so that there's a dashboard for each agent so that policyholders will show up every day if they received correspondence. So if you're a term life holder and you've got a correspondence that says your life policy is going to expire in 6 months, that agent then sees that on their thing in the morning, their screen in the morning, and they can make a call to that policyholder, reach out, make a touch point, and hopefully either make a sale to extend that term policy or exchange it for something else.
What are some of the things that you've heard already around AI that excites you about how Baltimore Life might be able to use them?
I'm excited about using that code, like copying code essentially. So if you say this is this workflow that I want and I want to create it in this area with just a couple of changes, that makes me excited about Creatio because we can create that workflow elsewhere. It's exciting that our IT department can do it, our business unit might be able to do it. There's all sorts of things. And there's beyond that is so many things that I can't even imagine, but I'm looking forward to seeing how they work with Creatio.
If you were to give one word of advice to other organizations that are in the process or preparing to implement Creatio, what would it be?
So I think keep your implementation team on for a year just to make sure that you work out all the kinks and get everything working the way you want it to work. You still have a lot of things you can do yourself, but that implementation team is key.
Yeah, I think developing that community of practice or center of excellence, we talk about it in the no-code playbook. That's a very important piece that allows organizations to not just get through that MVP and that first rollout, but iterate and really drive a lot of great successes.